Hey everyone, welcome back to Automotive, the channel where the classics meet the curious. Today, we've got something a little different, something rare. We're talking about a car that, at first glance, might leave you scratching your head. It's the new 1990 Morris Minnar, a name that sounds familiar, yet feels like it's been dug up from the forgotten corners of automotive history. Now, before we dive in, let's be clear. The Morris Minnar is not a name you'll find in mainstream car museums or trending auction blocks. In fact, it's one of those niche models that flew under the radar in an era when the automotive world was transitioning into modernity. The early 90s were a time of innovation and identity shifts for many car brands. While giants like Toyota, Ford, and Volkswagen were going global in a big way, Morris, an iconic British name that once stood tall with models like the Minor and the Marina, was fading into obscurity. But then came the Morris Minnar, a car that was supposed to carry a hint of the brand's legacy while attempting to bring something fresh to the table. It's almost like a time capsule, one that's trying to bridge the old world charm of British motoring with the rapidly evolving design trends of the 90s. And the result? Well, it's quirky, it's boxy, and it's weirdly lovable. On the outside, the 1990 Morris Minnar doesn't scream attention, but it does whisper nostalgia. The boxy silhouette, squared-off edges, and minimalistic grille design harken back to an era when function still trumped form in many cases. You get small halogen headlights, a narrow front bumper, and steel wheels that look like they belong on something much older. But there's a certain charm to it, especially if you're into retro designs. The proportions are modest, making it perfect for tight city streets, which was likely the intention behind its original design. Under the hood, you're not going to find anything particularly thrilling. Most Minars came equipped with a 1.3-liter four-cylinder engine that made somewhere around 60 horsepower. Yeah, you heard that right, 60 horses. This wasn't a car built for speed, it was meant to be practical, fuel-efficient, and easy to maintain. And in that respect, it actually succeeded. The engine is simple, the layout is straightforward, and parts, if you can still find them, are often interchangeable with other British cars from the same period. Inside, it's basic, but there's something honest about it. No flashy screens, no complicated controls. Just analog dials, a chunky steering wheel, and fabric seats that have held up surprisingly well over the years. If you're used to today's digital cockpits, the Minnar might feel like stepping into a museum exhibit. But for some of us, that simplicity is refreshing. The driving experience, let's just say it's not going to win any handling awards. The steering is vague, the suspension is soft, and there's noticeable body roll in corners. But again, the Minnar wasn't built for performance. It was built to get you from point A to point B without fuss, and maybe with a little British personality along the way. So, who is the 1990 Morris Minnar for today? It's not for everyone, that's for sure. But for the die-hard collectors, the retro enthusiasts, or anyone looking to own a rare piece of automotive oddity, the Minnar is something special. It's not about performance or luxury, it's about character. It's the kind of car that makes people stop and say, "Wait, what is that?" Thanks for hanging out with us on Automotive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into an overlooked classic, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a ride. We've got more weird, wonderful, and wild cars coming your way. Until next time, keep driving different.